Trying to suggest that a plumber is the guy he's fighting for. How many plumbers you know making $250,000 a year?
Oh, good to have you.
Hey, hi. How are you doing today, this evening?
What did you make of you're a pretty famous guy.
I don't know about that. I'm famous for the 15 minutes, and then I'll go away, just like everybody else.
All right, but what a heck of a 15 minutes. Did either candidate inspire you tonight?
I thought McCain did a much better job this evening. I thought he answered the questions much better than the previous two debates. Barack Obama, what can you say? He's just a really good speaker. But he stuck with his tax plan as far as concerning me and other middle class families or small business owners. That still bothers me greatly. But I thought McCain did a much better job this evening.
So, Joe, you had argued when you cornered Barack Obama a couple of days back that his tax plan would keep someone like you from buying the very business that employs him. So that this, you didn't call it like a Robin Hood type of deal, but this sharing of the wealth type of deal would be counterproductive, right?
Well, it definitely would be. If you hike taxes on companies, it's quite obvious sometimes you have to cut expenses somewhere, and a lot of times that falls to the employees. You got to get rid of one of them, or you have to go down to part-time. Then they don't have benefits. It just keeps on sliding downhill. You don't redistribute wealth to jumpstart the economy or jumpstart or help people. I don't want to say I'm an expensive plumber or nothing, but so you give them a couple dollars more doesn't mean they're going to be able to hire me. They might, have to call a handyman. It doesn't make a lot of sense, really, to me.
All right, but you were arguing with Senator Obama that this redistribution of wealth, and
yes.
When he responded, we got to kind of even things up. I'm paraphrasing here, Joe.
Okay.
You were offended by that. Why?
It just goes against everything I was raised in and believe in. You work for what you get. You don't work and then give it away. You can at your own discretion, but not at someone else's discretion. It just bothers me to the core, to be quite honest. You don't redistribute my hard work. That's how I was raised, with a good work ethic. I work my 10, 12 hours. Let somebody else step up and work their 10 to 12 hours if they want something bad enough. If they want to just work the 8 hours and take their 3 breaks and, then do that, that's up to them. But I want a little bit more for my family.
When Senator Obama said tonight, and he was talking to you, in fact, looked in the camera, Joe, and he said, "I'm not going to tax you or raise your health benefit costs." What did you think? What did you say?
That's where his record kind of hurts him. Let me rephrase that. His lack of record kind of hurts him. He has, he's voted pretty much for all the new spending and, higher taxes each and every time, from what I understand. But he doesn't have a record of cutting taxes or cutting anything. So I really don't know if I could believe him.
So you've had a chance to hear both these candidates tonight. You've become a rock star. Plumbers are hard to get anyway. Now you're going to be impossible to book. But I'm wondering who you're for tonight. After all of this, who's your candidate?
I'm going to let that keep on going. That's going to be me, and the button that I push will know that. And, I really don't want to share those views.
All right. Can you whisper it to me? Can you whisper it to me?
I want to encourage people to go out there and, and then dig for some information and make their own opinions and make their own choice.
I don't want to make the leap, Joe, but it sounds like nothing Senator Obama said wowed you. A lot of the things that Senator McCain said did.
Well, McCain is, you talk about a true American hero. With Vietnam and the things he's done, I respect that greatly. I know Barack Obama talks about William Ayers tonight, and, he was only 8 years old when this happened. I got a problem with somebody that did what he did and actually still hang around him. He talked about, he tried to blow it off. I'm on the same board, and so were some Republicans, his campaign kicked off in William Ayers' home. I don't know if that's exactly true, but there seems to be a lot there that scares me. I mean, just as a public, as a private citizen, that does worry me. I think it should worry more people. McCain's shown that he has fought against certain things as far as for reform and things like that, and I appreciate that. I am a little bit more conservative in my views. I'll give you that much. But as far as Barack Obama, like I said, he is a great speaker, but people have to look over that. I mean, you can talk pretty, but I want to see actions. Talk is cheap.
I hear you. That's why I say, Joe, I didn't get here just on my looks. Let me ask you finally.
That's why I'm a plumber and not an underwear model.
When you showed up at this Obama event, and clearly you wanted to ask him a question, A, was it your intention to get him to answer something? And B, were you just there to be a thorn in his side?
No, I wanted an honest question. Me and my friends talk about politics, a great deal. I mean, they were interested in them. And so we want to, we always talk about, God, if I had McCain in front of me, if I had Obama, or if I had Bush, or, we always think, man, because we think some of these commentators just let them off easy. So I really wanted to ask him a question, and I wanted a good answer. I didn't want, what he's been repeating for the last couple months. I wanted a solid answer that I know is going to, how it's going to affect me.
I see.
So did I want to corner him? Sure, but I'd want to corner McCain. I want to corner, any politician. I don't like how they go around the question. When Governor Huckabee started off as a presidential candidate. He was answering questions just right off his hip. I mean, he was shooting with both barrels, and I really respected that. Now, towards, during the run, he kind of backed off a little bit, and I don't know if his campaign manager said, listen, you're ruffling too much feathers, you got to back off. But when he initially started, I mean, I was all ears for him. I mean, he was answering questions, boom, and I loved it. They were great.
Yeah.
And then now, as we get closer, you get more tap dancing. So, I want to know a person's view. I mean, if it's not popular, that's okay. Just I want to know what your view is, and don't you got to have your morals, your ethics, your values. You can't have 9 million morals, ethics, and values. You got to have yours, and then you got to let the public decide.
All right, Joe. I trust the commentators you're referring to were at CNN, but Joe Wurzelbacher, thank you very, very much. Very good chatting with you.